gun to your head.
All right. Okay.
You must sell one of them. Which one are you selling? Gun to your head.
Oh my God.
Ooh. Okay.
Come on, this is an obvious one. In my opinion.
This feels fairly simple.
Or 4.
To Newcastle. Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
Oh, do you want me to be honest? Or do you want me to lie?
No, I want you to be honest. If right now,
be honest.
Someone's got a sawn off up against your head, and you've got to press the button for one of them to be sold. Which one are you selling?
Palmer.
No.
That's crazy.
No.
That was the last
dude.
one
Come
I
on.
was gonna say.
Yeah.
That's come on.
Yeah.
Right, hang on.
I'll be honest with you because I've
down.
actually thought about this for like the last two-ish seasons, right? After the Poch season, I thought the thing with Palmer is that yes, he's world class. Yeah, for me, he's world class, exceptional, like wonderful talent, right? But the problem you can have with a player like that is if you try to focus all your football through him and he's not able to maintain it, what you end up doing is sacrificing the quality of the squad for the sake of one player. So that's the logic behind going, if Chelsea were to pin everything on Palmer, which I don't actually think we have. I think Maresca's always said we're better with him, but he's always maintained that the squad needs to be good. I think you could run into trouble far quicker selling a player keeping a player where you pin all your hopes on him. For me, Caicedo is a player you can't get rid of because you need a player like that in midfield to hold down. Like you just do. History will tell you squads have always had a Caicedo type player, whether he's looked like him or played like him, right? Esteval, for me, is not a talent that you sell now because you're not going to get the value you paid for him. So if we choose to sell Esteval now, no one's giving us 60 mil. And then for me, Reece James, club captain academy, very competent, very hard to find a player of that quality in your squad. I mean, in football in general, who can do what he does.
And always injured.
I always knew there'd just be. Thanks, Ash. What a quality.
Am I wrong?
Piece of information. Do you know how many games he's played? I'm not even going to let us go off because you're wrong. We're just going to stay with what
I mean, this is like one of the first seasons where he hasn't been like super.
Thank you, Cal.
We're only like 10
you.
games into it.
Thank you, Ash, for that irrelevant piece of information.
No, but that's the problem. That's the problem, though. Like, just because he's having an injury-free season so far doesn't mean he's not just going to drop like he usually does and not be around. You know, and also picking Palmer over Esteval is like, yeah, Esteval is the new toy, but like Palmer is like probably in the top 3 10s in the world. You're not gonna get another Palmer. Like, that's not gonna happen.
No.
And Reece James is 26 next month.
Like, if Esteval turns out to be Palmer, like equal to Palmer in quality, that's like absolutely turns out that's one of the best case scenarios. But you already have Palmer in your team. Like,
right, but my logic for selling Palmer has nothing to do with whether I think Esteval will be good or not. The point is, if there's a gun to my head and I have to sell one, I wouldn't sell Esteval now because you're not getting back the value. Whereas right now, we're playing without Palmer. And we are third in the league. So for me, I'm not saying that I don't want Palmer in my squad. If you give me the option of having Palmer or not having Palmer, I'm taking Palmer. But if I have to sell one of those 4 players right now, the obvious thing for me to do is to go, I'm not going to bank on Palmer. I'm going to bank on those 3 who can improve the overall quality of my squad. That's the logic for why I would sell him. You lot are going to have your own opinions. Please do. But please do that without trying to say, Quest is so stupid for saying Palmer because he's so good. Because then when I say it, or Chelsea fans say it, you go on a campaign and build out these newspaper narratives about why he's so bad because he didn't score for 6 months. Right? And then he goes and proves you wrong in the Club World Cup, but the Mickey Mouse trophy. So I'm not doing this with you lot.
Sam's not, dude. He really rattled you guys. Sam really did a number to you guys.
I'm not doing this with you lot, man. I get why it's crazy for people to be like, why would you sell Palmer? I get it. I just think logically, in terms of a squad, for me, it's easier to say, all right, sell Palmer now, 125, whatever million, you recoup that. Cool. You can build something. But if you keep him and you try to funnel everything through him, and he goes cold, no pun intended, it could be a more sticky situation in my eyes.
Baz here, he called you Quest, but it's because it might be the way I say it. It's Quest, as in Kwess. It's probably my accent, Quest. It says Quest is talking sense, not being a toaster person thinking the obvious.
Thank you.
But listen, I will say this, right? I wouldn't have picked Palmer, but I don't think what you've said is illogical. The only pushback I've got, I know he didn't score for 6 months. I weren't one of those guys. Is what the previous comment up there said from Tevin. He's kind of a 50 GA a season player, and output is such a hard thing. And the one thing you're gambling on, if we take Chelsea, if we're doing this seriously, is Esteval getting to that level and somebody else in your front line picking up those numbers. So I suppose if you think that between Garnacho, João Pedro, Delap, what was it? They do it in the aggregate. Between them, they pick those numbers up. Then I get where you're coming from. The one that stood out to me, I don't know about the rest of you, the one that I just straight away went to, it was Esteval because he's potential. Does that make sense? And you've got a gun to your head, you've got to pick one. I look at Reece James, I think he's amazing. You can't get rid of Caicedo. Palmer, for me, is as close to a guarantee for loads of output as possible. Esteval's brilliant, and you might end up regretting it in 4, 5, 6 years' time.
Yeah.
But in the here and now, I'd have probably gone with Esteval. Anyone got anything different to that on the panel?
I'm going Reece James. I'm not downplaying how incredible a footballer Reece James is. But in Caicedo, I've got guarantees. Caicedo is the one that I think everyone should have top of that list. He is a top 3 DM in the world. And no team is successful without a top DM. So he's untouchable. Esteval, I think, yes, partly because you're not going to... I think you will probably get your value back because another team will bank on the potential of what you paid for him. But it's a case of this lad is very exciting to watch. He's performing in competitions, performing against teams, performing in moments where it's needed the most at such a young age with so much ceiling left to make up. And with Cole Palmer, yes, the last, I'd say 8, 9, 10 months haven't been great. But what I saw in that first season, what the quality, I know that he has the quality that he's shown in big games for club and country that he's played in. That's an intangible I don't think you can lose. Reece James is an incredible footballer, but he can't showcase he's an incredible footballer if he's not on the pitch on a consistent basis. And yes, he's performing well this season, and yes, he's been injury free this season, Quest. But I literally just looked it up then. 1920, 18 games missed to injury. 2020, 2021, his best season, 9 games missed to injury. 21, 22, 20 games missed to injury. 22, 23, 30 games missed to injury. 23, 24, 42 games missed to injury. 24, 25, just last season, 26 games missed to injury. He's an incredible footballer, no doubt about it. And you probably can't buy a right back who has all the skill set that he has. But if you can buy a right back that is maybe a level below, but you can guarantee make it through a season.
We have that already.
I think Malo Gusto's further than just one level below Reece James. I think we're talking about, for me, when I'm talking about the level below Reece James, I'm talking about your Livramentos of this world. Like the fullbacks that are almost ready to jump
close
up.
to Reece James.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying my hardest not to be argumentative here.
Closer than Malo Gusto, that's for sure.
I think Tino Livramento is closer to Reece James than Malo Gusto is.
You know that Livramento was behind Reece James, right? And Livramento was saying, if you don't give me the contract, I'm gonna go. And they said, right, go.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Go. Yeah, but where did he end up first? Where did he end up first? Where did he end up first? Let's not talk about now. You see him at Southampton. Exactly.
But that's irrelevant because
we're not talking.
I'm being asked this question on now, though. I'm being asked this question on now.
But we're not. You lot are talking about like as if Lino like. When was he last in the England squad? When was he last like the reason why Newcastle weren't shipping goals? When was the last time that he was the reason Newcastle was solid at the back? I'm not dissing him. I've watched him come through the academy. Right?
14
I'm not dissing him. Right?
14.
I am saying
is our best defender. Tino Livramento is our best defender.
I mean, City were on their knees for a reason.
Better than Dan Burn and Botman.
He's the best.
I just think you're
I
losing so much for me personally selling James because you're talking about captain, leader, quality player across 3-4 positions.
This is the best time. This is actually the best time to sell James. This is
get
actually
that
the best
question.
time to
I
sell
don't
him.
doubt that.
Gosh.
But as I'm sure Carl's going to tell you, the best ability in football is availability, and I understand
He's
you're buzzing that
available now. Look, we got to stop doing
Exactly. So
this.
sell him.
We've got to stop doing this. He's available now. Let's not talk about his history. Let's not talk about his history.
So,
Because if we
so with
talk about
Livramento,
history-
you want
if
to
go
talk
back
about his
4
history from when he
seasons-
left in 2020.
No, because listen,
but now
if we're
with Reece
talking
James, you can't talk about his history.
if you're going back 4 seasons, no, because what I'm trying to tell you is you're talking about
Logic.
those 4 options. Those 4 options. If we're going back 4 seasons, where was Palmer? If we're going back 4 seasons,
go back to last
was
season.
Esteval even playing first team football? So
You
let's
can
not
go
talk
back to
about what
last
they were
season.
doing before. This is
You can
going
talk
to your
about
head
last season.
now.
If
What
you
are
don't
they
want to
doing
go back
this
to 4
season?
seasons, we can go back
Reece
to last
James
season.
is fit and playing football. So why are we talking about his injury record?
Yes,
Let's talk about what he actually brings to the team.
He is now. But can you guarantee me?
It's too
Quest,
easy to discredit Reece James
could-
for his injury record when the
No
guy's
one is
playing
no
for
one is
England and he's
taking away
playing
from
for
his
Chelsea.
ability. No one is taking away from his ability.
Right,
But this
but that's the
question
reason why
to
I
me,
wouldn't sell. You're talking about you're selling because he's not fit. Come
yes,
on,
because
like,
this
it's
question
ridiculous.
to me is done on the basis of you're getting rid of one of them, and then how are the next 3 years going? I can't guarantee that Reece James is fit enough to have the impact that I would want for 3
but
years
just tell me
compared
that
to
you
a Palmer.
don't. Just tell me you don't know, like you don't know my club. Like all season, Maresca's been talking about how much of
Why
a
couldn't
good
he keep him
job
fit last season then?
him and the medical department have done to give James what he hasn't had before, which is to protect him and allow him to play. So he is actually playing, and he is doing such a good job of keeping himself fit because everyone's working to do it, right? So these injury things are things that are hypotheticals anyway, because he might not even go on to have another one of those 23, 24 seasons or whatever you're talking about. And then what happens?
He
What happens
doesn't
if he
have
plays
one of last
45
season.
games or 50 games this season?
For 4
What are you gonna do
seasons
then?
straight, Quest, he missed 20 games through injury. As good as he is, as good as this medical team is that were there last year and still had him injured for 26 games, but as good as everything is, it doesn't matter because the history of Reece James shows me that the man can't stay fit on a reliable basis. And if I'm going to lose a Cole Palmer, who is 40 GA, 50 GA potential, if I'm going to lose an Esteval, who has the potential to be one of the best wings in the world, if I'm going to lose a Caicedo, who is one of the best DMs in the world, I would need guarantees. And one season, what is it, 4 months where he's been fit isn't a guarantee enough for me to sit there and go, I'll move away
He
from
said 4
one of the
months.
others.
Bro, do you know how long he's been playing? Well, the guy's been fit for almost a year. What are you talking about?
His last
What are you talking
last
about?
injury, he came back from injury in January of last year. So if he makes it to December of this year, end of December this year, injury free, then yes, we've got a calendar year of injury free Reece James. Fantastic. It's only took until 26.
The thing that gets me, yeah, is like Reece James is your best right back's best right back. Like I don't think you
And
understand.
Cole
This
Palmer's
is the
your
guy-
best 10. Esteval's your best right winger.
Cool, but
Caicedo's your best DM.
Cool. I hear that. Cool. But at the end of the day, when you hear the way people talk about Reece, yeah, and I'm talking about European football, people are talking about their hardest games has come against Reece James.
You get no one.
Like,
No
that-
one's
this is
saying
a
he's
serious.
no, but no one's saying that he isn't skilled. It's about the availability. You have to take a look at his
Why
injury
are we talking
record.
about availability? The man's not been having these chronic injury things. You've
Do
been
you
talking
think?
about
Okay,
since
Quest.
Jan.
Do you
So what are we
honestly think
talking
he's
about?
not going to have another injury, like a long-term injury again?
Yeah,
Do
but
you think
every
it's over?
player can get injured at any time. This is the thing.
No,
You're like,
players who have
deep in
players
What
who
about
have track
Palmer?
records of being fit usually
Cool.
stay fit. Players
Cool.
who have track records of being injured usually get injured again. It's just
Yeah, and some players go through periods of their career where they're more injury prone than like later when they put on a bit more muscle or whatever happens, right? That can happen too. Yeah. What if Palmer develops a chronic hamstring injury in the next 2 years? Then what?
but
You lot are going to
there's-
be saying the same narratives. You're going to be saying, well, Palmer's not been playing, so clearly he can't show his quality that he has. This is all ridiculous. It's all
Yeah, but-
hypotheticals. It's all it's ridiculous.
Let me just jump in for a second. The viewers here would love to know what you think. Would love to know what you feel in relation to this. Let us know in the comments section below. And look, there's a mixed bag here. Like as a Chelsea fan, Quest is absolutely tripping, is what's being said here. At least we're getting the name right. Put the names up on the screen now. I always forget to do that. So there it is. Reece James is the captain, an important player for Chelsea, though. So this year, obviously, back in
Don't
what
sell your captain.
Quest is saying here. Reece James' influence on the dressing room. It's a fair point as well.
Because he always has to be in the dressing room because he's flipping injured.
Oh, Ash.
Where
bro,
is
I'm
that?
out with you today,
Ash.
bro.
Ah.
Talking from there, like it's crazy.
I know, all the way down there in 14th, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Wherever it is they sit. Like, come on, man. Few of them on the panel, honestly. You guys can
Sorry,
barely
yeah.
get 2 points together, but we've got 2 fans. You know what I mean? It's a madness.
Listen,
RVP was always injured until 28. This is true. This is very, very true indeed. Tom Rattling, Chelsea fans is what Faz says.
I'm not even trying. I don't
No,
think.
he's getting-
Oh
I'm trying
no! Oh, we got called out. Oh, we've been called out by
Oh,
deep
no.
deep seek clickbait question. Shake my head. It's not. It's a bit of fun football conversation. It's the word
Yeah,
clickbait is
has
well
the word
overused
for-
these days. Well overused.
How could it be
that's how-
clickbait with? It's not even in the title. I don't.
Yeah, I know it's a curveball. No one even knew it was right. I got another one now though.
Is this another curveball?
Yeah, because none of you know it's coming. So
Oh,
it's
fuck.
it is what it is.